R.e.m moisturizer, and I'm going to mix it with some SPF.
Oh! Mixing them together. She's about to go into growing up in Florida. I spent a lot of time in the sun and I want to take care of my skin. This is not how you do it. Hi everybody, welcome back. I have my friend and makeup artist NIKKI LaRose with me. Today you know that we're doing a reaction video and we're looking at Ariana Grande's skincare routine and guide to a 60s cat eye, which is her signature look, right?
Yeah, I love 60s anything. And a cat eye.
Hi Vogue, it's Ariana Grande, and I am here today to walk you through some of my skin prep and do a hopefully cute makeup look. I'm gonna start with the Sarah Ford BioCell Oxygen Serum. Sarah's been doing my skin for a couple of years now. She really transformed the texture of my skin. It's so soft and smooth, and I still have breakouts all the time when I'm using a lot of makeup on set, but it keeps my skin as clear as possible and non-reactive as possible, so I'm very obsessed.
That ponytail slipped back.
I think she's wearing those lashes that you apply underneath.
All those like lash-ify ones that go like right under there.
She definitely has lashes on. They're seamless, so I think they're the kind that go underneath.
Oh, I see.
You see, like there's no, you can't see a band. Anyway, they look really pretty.
They do look really pretty.
They look really pretty. I can't stop staring at them.
I feel like there is a lash line though. Do you see it? Like her line.
Yeah, but you don't see it on top. Like you could tell. It feels like.
That doesn't.
I feel like it's going underneath.
To you?
I think it's glue you could see through.
I see.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll find out.
Or maybe she has lash extensions?
No, that's not.
That's not lashes. Okay.
No. There's a band somewhere. I just can't figure out if it's like above or underneath.
All right, well, let's talk about this serum really quick. We gotta love a celebrity who also loves her esthetician. I was kind of looking up Sarah Ford. I've never heard of her before. Looks like she does a couple of different things. She's an esthetician. She also does like laser treatments as well. So I'm not really sure exactly like what she's had done with her or how long she's been working with her. But I was looking up this product. It's interesting because it uses human growth factor in it, which I think is still one of those types of ingredients in cosmetics specifically, not like the stuff that they're using in cosmetic treatments, like where you're getting injections and stuff. But it's interesting how they're using it in skincare products like this, where it goes on your skin topically.
Right.
It seems like it does a little bit for you. It can hydrate your skin. It can help with the look of aging, like fine lines and wrinkles, all that kind of stuff. And at the very least, it's hydrating, right?
Yeah.
Like at the very least, it's going to help to plump your skin, give you that hydrated feel, help with water loss, all of that kind of stuff.
All those nice things.
Yeah, it's a nice serum to start with. It's $90, so it's not like the most expensive, but it's not cheap either. And we're assuming this is a morning skincare routine because she would be putting on her makeup afterwards. Yeah.
So I'm very obsessed.
She also bleaches her brows. Like her brow color.
What's different?
That's what I think it is. Like
that's the blonde hair. Duh. Yeah.
R.e.m moisturizer, and I'm going to mix it with some SPF.
Oh. First off, two great products.
Yeah.
R.e.m overpriced moisturizer, but still nice and bougie, rich, thick. MD, they have wonderful sunscreens. Mixing them together. She's about to go into growing up in Florida. I spent a lot of time in the sun and I want to take care of my skin. This is not how you do it.
Why mix it though? Why? Tell me like.
I don't know.
The logic behind
I don't
getting
know.
it all done and
I don't know why anybody wants to mix their sunscreen.
Yeah.
Maybe it's for simplicity, but then you can get an SPF moisturizer that does
and
that.
Also, isn't the MD pretty moisturizing?
It's like a natural skin finish, like borders on being matte.
Oh,
but it doesn't even matter because it's like when you are mixing your sunscreen with anything, you are diluting your sunscreen. Whenever you're using sunscreen, you just always have to keep in mind that there's also human error to be taken into account when you're applying it. How much you're applying, is it even on your skin? Are you disrupting that barrier after you've let it dry down by putting your makeup on, by touching it?
Yeah.
How does it start to degrade and break down on your skin? There are all of these factors. So then when you also add in a factor where you're just like adding it to your moisturizer or putting in your foundation with it, like that kind of thing, you're already disturbing what the original origin of it was. Like if it says it's SPF 50, the chances of you actually getting a full SPF 50 on your face is slim because there's human error, right?
Yeah.
When you then add in a product with it, you are diluting it.
Right.
And then adding to that human error. So now you're like getting even less potential
She's probably
protection.
ended up with like an SPF 15.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
SPF 8.
And like if you've ever felt R.e.m, it's
thick.
It's so thick. It's like mixing your sunscreen with basically Vaseline.
Yeah.
Which you kind of are. La Mer is mineral oil. It's also just thick for someone who doesn't really need that much moisture.
Right. I wonder if she has dry skin. Did she say?
She did not tell us her skin necessarily, her skin type.
I spent a lot of time in the sun. I think that's probably where some of my discoloration and my freckles and everything comes from. It's important to protect your skin as much as possible when you're using so much makeup. Clearly I wear a lot of makeup. I'm sure everyone's gonna be like, who?
That's cute.
Yeah, I mean, it's important to protect your skin, period. But I'm sure her skin feels pretty moisturized right now.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't seem like she had a lot of it, so.
And she's talking about discoloration and everything, and there are just so many different factors. It could be that she grew up in the sun. A lot of the sun damage that you got in your teens, like when you were younger, it like manifests itself as you become older.
Like in your 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's keep watching. She's actually hopping right into makeup. So my portion is pretty much done.
That's
it looks
it?
like.
You're
Yeah.
right.
She's going in with her under eye cooling balm. So that is a little sunscreen.
It's still,
I mean,
it's skincare.
and already I can tell you, you're not supposed to put that on after your sunscreen either. Like her sunscreen's like going away slowly. She's like chipping away at it before it even had a chance.
Next, I'm going to use r.e.m. Beauty Under Eye Cooling Balm. This is one of my favorite products we have. This has like my favorite texture in the world. It's super cool and plumping, so it fills out any little fine lines and creates like such a smooth base for your makeup. I'm also gonna use these Shiseido eye patches. Which way are they supposed to go, world? Because I do them this way, but I have to be wrong.
That's right.
Yeah, that's totally right.
Yeah, that's the right way to put this.
But why now?
You don't need to put your moisturizer and your sunscreen combo on until after this.
Because when she takes those off, she's lifting away that product.
Or she could have, you know what, the best thing she could have done is put that moisturizer on, like here.
Right.
Put the balm on, the eye patches on. Maybe start her eye makeup.
Yeah.
Put on some sunscreen. She could put a little sunscreen on her eyelids if she is going to be outside or something.
Yeah.
When she's done with her eye makeup, take those off. Sunscreen, let it dry down. Makeup.
But you want to do the eye balm after these eye patches?
Not the balm. That looked like more of a gel.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know. I've never tried it.
It could
looked
be
really
like
thin.
the final. It looked thin to me, so I would almost say, you know, the way you put like a essence or a serum underneath.
Yeah.
Like she's just locking that in first. But she did say, I don't know, if it's got a silicone texture,
These are
then
just
I would have
always
done it
sticky.
after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the ones that have like, it looks like it's like the cloth on the top. They're usually the more sticky ones that like actually like stick to your skin.
Yeah.
So I just know like when I remove them, because I use one that's very similar to.
It's just going to remove that.
It's going to remove whatever you put underneath, like skin prep wise.
Yeah, neither of us have obviously felt this eye balm. If it's more of like a silicone-y, like soft velvet feel to it, then she should put it on after the eye patches.
Yeah.
If it's more of like a serum gel, then it's
Like
totally
a hydrator?
fine. Then it's totally fine.
Because you think that would just like push it in further.
Yeah.
At like 4 in the morning, I'm always with my headphones, doing my meditation in the car, and then I get ready for the day on set. So they've been on for like a good 4 hours now, so I'm gonna take these off.
She's
like, wait,
exaggerating.
I'm gonna get into my makeup. The first thing I'm going to use is our brand new r.e.m. Beauty Sweetener
All right, so
foundation.
I would have locked that in though.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have
would've
used
locked them
something
too.
now afterwards, after using the eye patches to lock that in and find
And almost like as a
fully prep.
a reapplication.
And I would have gone in with sunscreen now.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
All of the eyelids, under the eye.
Yeah, she needs some sunscreen.
Yeah.
She's dealing with hyperpigmentation.
Yeah, I would have brought down my neck. Too.
Yeah. She's 30. Okay.
She's forever 19 to me.
She's forever like 15 to me,
Yeah.
16. Like all
she looks it.
all the controversy and everything, all these guys that she dates and everything. I'm always like, she's a baby. And
Yeah, leave her alone.
and then
She's a baby.
And then I realized she's not. She's not a baby. She's just a homewrecker. Oh my god. Anyway, so she's moving on to foundation.
I haven't tried this.
We tried some of the r.e.m. r.e.m. products, and
I
they just
still don't know. Wait, what did she say? Did she call it r.e.m. or r.e.m.?
I think it's r.e.m.
I don't know what it stands for. Do you?
R.e. makeup. R.e.m. That's what I'm gonna guess.
I really don't think that's accurate. I don't know. You made that up on the fly. As
I
you're
sure
sitting
did.
here.
I sure did make that up. Yeah.
Our brand new r.e.m. Beauty Sweetener foundation. I'm using the shade Light 8 NW. I'm gonna use like a pump and a half.
I have a question about what she just did because this, I feel like people still do this and it was a big thing for a while there. She went directly with the sponge to the foundation to the face. What do you think of that technique?
That's fine, but it's gonna suck up some of your product. Sponges are gonna suck up your product.
What do you think is the best way to apply foundation to your face?
With a brush.
I'm gonna use Sweetener Concealer. My shade is Light 4G. And I'm gonna get ready to set with this Anastasia Vanilla Setting Powder. I like to set pretty quickly after I apply. I just try to make sure that nothing could possibly move.
Oh, she's baking.
Yeah, that's really baking. My question, because I saw she's going directly in with concealer. She hasn't done anything with her eyes, nothing. She put foundation on, put concealer on right away. I know there's nothing wrong with that technique, but do you think that's the best way to apply your concealer? It's not even like a light layer of concealer. She's going in with her real concealer and then baking it. And then she still has other makeup to do.
Well, okay, so I have so many thoughts because obviously these videos are very edited. I would love to see the full length of this video and see how long she took in between to genuinely like blend out her products and apply her concealer and all those things. Because I know these videos are like chopped up into bits and pieces. So I don't want to judge her too hard because you never know how much editing is being done. But from what it looks like, as a viewer, she gave no time for these products to dry down. So she's piling on like wet foundation, wet concealer, and then she's packing powder on right away. And that can just leave a very overall like cakey appearance to your under eyes specifically. Your face, yes too, but like she's obviously just baking her under eye, and that could just really lead to a cakey, really heavy, kind of chalky look under your eyes. I don't suggest it. I have actually so many thoughts on this.
Give us all the thoughts.
I would switch up so many methods. Okay, so many. I feel like this needs its own video, like how I would switch up her method. First of all, I want to see her blend out any creases, but I also would suggest that she allow some dry down time after she puts that concealer on to let it self-set, and then do a couple other things. Like that's when you should go in and like do your contour or do your bronzer if you're gonna do it. You know, like do a couple other face things. Allow that area to dry down a little bit.
She didn't want to. She specifically said that. She said, I'm gonna go right. And like she
said, I don't want things to move.
Yeah.
But you actually do. Maybe she's prone to creasing and that's why she's like thinking that packing on the baking and like powdering her under eye heavily is gonna help that. No. Give your eyes a second to chill. Like let that concealer get to know your skin. Do a couple things.
Get to know your skin.
Have a conversation. Like Susan and I, what do? I do your under eye concealer. I let it sit for a little bit, whether you realize it or not. Okay, and then I do like other things like bronzer. I do her brows. And then by the time I'm done, her concealer has dried down a little bit. It's self-set. So then that means I can go in with a lot less powder to actually set her under eye concealer. So therefore it looks more natural because I'm applying less dry powder under her eyes. I wish she would do that method, and I wish she would let things have a chance to move around, because then before she sets it, she can go back in with a brush, not that big sponge that's really oversized. I would just go in with a little brush. I would buff out the creases after things moved, then set it. And then
I do see NIKKI do this all the time. She is practicing what she's preaching right now.
With the under eye baking, if she did that method, I really think she would have to use a lot less powder in order to achieve like a smooth under eye that looks flawless and that doesn't move. And also another side note too, I can't wait to see what she's gonna do next, because now she's got a ton of loose powder here. So when she goes in to blend any other cream products, she's inevitably gonna hit this pile of powder that's right here on her high cheekbone, and it's gonna just create like a weird patchy something. It's gonna be a situation. So I can't wait to see what she does next.
When she's coming down with what?
Like cream bronzer, like, you know, when you're gonna
maybe she's not gonna use any cream at all now.
That's why I'm so curious about what's gonna happen next.
I'm gonna go a little bit out of order and start to fill in my eyebrows, because I'm sure they're probably driving you crazy too. I'm currently like half Glinda. I've been bleaching my eyebrows for a year now, and I definitely need to touch them up. I'm gonna fill them in with this MAC eyebrow styler in the shade
Fling. Oh, Fling. Sorry, I was gonna guess.
Wait, what did you think she was gonna say?
I was trying to guess the brow shade that she was pulling out.
Lingering.
Lingering. I was like, lingering. And it's Fling. If they're two classic shades from MAC, if you know, you know.
Make the ends really short and kind of shave them and ruin them, and then draw the shape I like, which is more of a like kind of straight and lifted Audrey Hepburn-ish.
So Ari shaves her brows.
Are you gonna talk about this?
I don't let comments get to me too much about my appearance, because if you do that, like, you could really spiral.
You'll never go on the internet.
Yeah, you'll never go on the internet again if you like listen to what everybody's saying about your appearance. But I have seen enough people say that my brows are too rounded, especially because I'm such an expressive person. I'm like, that it's like my brows are like up here and it looks like I've got like McDonald's arches, you know? I'm exaggerating, obviously, but you know what I'm saying. And so one day I sent NIKKI a text message, because there's just there's no way my brows can't be round. Like, they're just round.
It's your anatomy.
I know.
And why would anybody pick on your anatomy?
And so anyway, so I texted NIKKI and I was like, what if I just shaved the tips of my brows and then drew them out a little bit like more outward? And NIKKI wrote back, no.
I remember where I was. I was standing in my closet, like, I don't know what I was doing, but I get this text from Susan. She's like, I'm thinking about, should I shave the end of my brows? And I'm like, oh,
because I'm like, I fill them in. And she's like, you really want to commit to that? Like, that's what you want to commit to? I know her
so well. I'm like, there's no way. That takes dedication and commitment. Okay, you don't shave off half your brow and like just go about your day. No, you're committed to doing that new shape and drawing on, like Picasso, like a new brow tail every day. I'm like, I know you're not going to do this. So then you're like wild on the internet now.
I do my skincare routine videos and stuff, just put on sunscreen and
you're like, whoa,
it's just a half brow.
She did like really bring this look to, she made it really popular to have like that.
Yeah, she shaves her like, she just said she shaves her brows into this shape.
Hey, I like that she's admitting it too. It's like, that's not the most natural brow shape. So yeah, it's good to know.
I always actually did wonder, you know, when they do those like comparisons, she's like one of those celebrities that just like has so many of those like before and afters.
Yeah.
And they're like, look at her brows. It's like, well, she did that.
Yeah. And she's open about it.
Yeah.
Shaped brow. So I'm gonna try to do that. I kind of have eyebrows now. I don't know what I'm gonna do next. I feel like I'm going in a strange order today, but I'm just gonna go with the flow and we'll figure it out together. I started doing family theater and community theater in Boca Raton, Florida, which is crazy.
Why is that crazy? I didn't know she was from Boca, but
I didn't either.
I don't know. I'm not part of the inside joke.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I guess because like that's not where you're imagining like a celebrity to come from, I guess. Like stage.
I never
in Boca. Yeah, like it's not NYC, you know?
Be proud of where you come from.
Like 8 years old, and I always associated each character I played with a different makeup kit. So when I was Annie, I remember using a different blush or a different, like, even though I was 8 and there was so minimal makeup, that was always a really fun thing to me. And then in music, I don't know, like a different look for each song and video. It became such an important piece of the puzzle, and it's such an important part of being an artist and of storytelling. And also from watching drag. I love drag so much. It is so inspiring to me. When I was on Broadway doing 13, I used to go afterwards to like see the queens, and sometimes I would end up singing, and that was just a really joyous and important part of my life. I'm going to use this contour. It says r.e.m too because I stole this from my makeup artist. I have a massive forehead to begin with, and my hairline is sliding back more and more every day, so I have to contour.
I don't think she's got a massive forehead, by the way. I think she's got a tiny face in general.
But side note, that tight pony is not helping it.
Well, no.
It's gonna make it go back even more.
She's had the tight pony for a while now.
She's so cute.
Yeah, she is.
I like that she called out, I'm doing things in such a weird order. I don't like, she called out that she's doing things in a weird order. So let's forgive her for like baking prematurely when she should have done the cream contour first.
Have you used this one from Danessa Myricks?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. I actually am really enjoying the Danessa Myricks products lately.
Yeah, she's got amazing products.
Contour it more and more as time goes on.
She got some of that cream bronzer into that powder. What was your thought about that?
This is going to be a situation for sure. That's not how you want to mix your products.
What do you think about her letting that bake for so long?
Oh, it's just so dry. So dry. But she's young, you know, she's 30, but like she still has like... I
got away with a lot at 30.
I mean, yeah, you can get away with a lot at 30. I mean, come on. No, but that's just, buff it off. Just blow it off, please.
I'm gonna do my little button nose trick that I like.
Love that trick.
And then I'm going to highlight using our r.e.m. Beauty Miss Mercury highlight. I'm not flipping you off, but maybe, you know? I was always fascinated by Audrey Hepburn and Marilyn Monroe because...
Wait, before she gets into her like idols.
Yes.
What you saw the sponge move, right? Like she wiped it all off. Ish. I can still see the powder.
I still see it. I wish she would have, don't use a sponge first of all, because you're just gonna lift up product. It's just way too aggressive. So many techniques I would switch. She should just gotten like a nice fluffy brush, something that's soft, you know, that's not going to disrupt the cream bronzer that she put on top actually, and just kind of dusted it off. It just nice and gently.
Yeah.
Instead she kind of dragged that sponge because you can't really like dust with a sponge. You only drag or bounce it.
It looked like she didn't even like completely wipe off that powder. Like she just, it almost looks like she just kind of went like
phew. Yeah. I mean, again, who knows what they cut out with the editing. It looks like she got some of it off, but it still looks really bright because she put so much on.
Yeah.
And she left it on for such a long time that it baked and it brightened.
It baked and brightened, but I can also actually see the powder right here.
Yeah.
Like still on her face.
So much.
Yeah. Like I imagine if we were in person with her right now, we'd still see the powder.
Yeah, for sure. But I like her button nose.
That's did really stand out to me a lot.
It's really cute.
I thought, wow.
I use my middle finger too for all of this kind of stuff. I don't know why. It just is not that you can't do the ring, you can't do the index finger. It has to be like the middle. And I always am like conscious. I'm like gluing my fingers together so I don't flip people off. I'm like, doot, doot.
You could tell that they were doing these makeup tricks before anyone really had it figured out yet. You look at like Audrey's gorgeous brows that she drew and the way she did her lipstick, like slightly like over here, and then Marilyn had her own tricks. It's just, and I think she used to use Vaseline as highlight back then. It's just so cool. It's always fascinated me. I've always loved makeup. I don't know what I am doing. This is the most discombobulated makeup video on Vogue's channel. I'm gonna do Bobbi Brown. I'm gonna take this pink that is over here, that one, and just kinda, my whole lid basically, but also my whole face. One of my favorite things to do is to create like a...
I thought that was going to be blush. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's a pretty color.
It is a very pretty color.
I hope she puts some blush on, but she's so cute. I like that she's like, this is the most discombobulated makeup. We're kind of feeling the same way, but I'm here for it.
But she's acknowledging it.
Yeah.
60s looking cat eye, and I'm gonna use our multi-use eye stick in Intergalactic. I'm really concerned about making sure you guys are seeing everything, and in the process of doing so, I can't see a goddamn thing I'm doing. I'm just coloring like a 4-year-old, but it will come together, trust me. My next step is gonna be blush, and I'm gonna use Dior Rosy Glow.
Wait, so we didn't see her necessarily blend that eyeshadow stick.
I don't really think she did. It looked like it had a pretty pointed tip.
Yeah.
Maybe she did. It looks really good. She had a really good technique.
Yeah.
I wish she wouldn't pull her skin so hard. You have to pull your skin taut, like to a certain extent, just to get like that tightness and like that shape.
Yeah.
But it seemed like she was really like
pulling it back.
I won't even pull my face like that. There's no way.
Well, besides the fact that it can like hurt your skin over time, but can that have like an effect on like when it's like goes back in like the shape if you're trying to make like
So when you're drawing on a pencil, especially and you're drawing on like such pulled skin, well, when you let it go, it's gonna be a different shape. I should point this out. She has really tight eyelids. She has very tight skin. So she did pull it, but it didn't manipulate the shape so much because she doesn't have like loose eyelid skin where when she let go, it was like a rubber band that went back to, you know what I mean? Like it didn't change the shape too much, so she can get away with it. But most people, if I did that, it would be such a disaster.
Same.
But the shape looks really cool. I like the way she did the
I didn't
cat eye
expect
with
that. Yeah, I didn't expect that she was doing that.
Very Ariana.
Something I do with my blush that also makes no sense is I like go in my eyebrows and my this and kind of everywhere. Something else that I fell in love with.
But what do you think of that with the
Great
blush?
technique, yeah. I love that. I mean, I usually do that with cream powder. Great technique.
You always love, something I've noticed about you with blush is that you love to have just like uniform color all over the face.
I love monochromatic makeup, like monochromatic moments in makeup.
Well, not even just that, I've always seen you kind of even say like, I wish that she would like have this,
warmth.
Like even like just in the center of the face too. Like you're gonna have it here, bring it here too. Like that.
It brings balance, warmth.
Balance.
Those are the things I'm looking for when I do techniques like that. So I like that she did that.
Recently is doing like a shadowy version of a cat eye instead of a liquid line. Back to the Bobbi Brown. I'm gonna mix that guy and this one. Oh my god, I'm allowed to use this, I just found out. We have hope. I feel like my relationship to beauty has changed so much over the years, especially because
Wait, she put that eyeshadow liner on? It was like, she does this with her eyes closed. She was saying that she needed that mirror, but I think she could have done it with her eyes closed.
Well, it's like once she could see what she was doing, she was like, okay, quick. Yeah, she is experienced with it.
That was not what I expected her to do. I thought she was going to do the like dip.
Yeah.
Like press it onto it and make
especially
it like
because we know that she has
line.
lashes on. So you know those lashes are going to get in the way. But she was like, no, like they're not even there.
Yeah, she like she does this often.
Yeah.
Like this is actually something she does on a regular basis.
Yeah, you could just tell.
started so young, you know, being exposed to so many voices at a young age, and especially when people have like things to say about your appearance and stuff at a young age, it's like really hard to know what's worth hearing and not. But you know, when you're 17, you don't really know, you don't know that yet. I, over the years, used makeup as a disguise or as something to hide behind, and more hair, more and more thicker, the eyeliner, the whatever, you know, and that can be so beautiful at times, and I still do have love for it. I'm doing mascara and appreciation for it. But I think as I get older, I don't love that being the intention behind it anymore. I think of it as self-expression now and accentuating what is here. Our relationships to beauty are so personal. Like, we're here talking about beauty secrets. Isn't the secret that we all just want to feel our best and be loved? Full transparency, as a beauty person, as I do my lips, I've had a ton of lip filler over the years.
You and us both.
I mean, are we all guilty of it? It's like
lip filler? I mean,
yeah. Well, I mean, in LA.
In LA. Love that she admitted that she's had filler, because
me too. I mean, she's so likable. She's so sweet. I just want to like go and give her a hug. Like,
I don't know. I'm in the camp right now of like, I've had moments where I've been like, oh, poor Ari. We're obviously talking about our weird parasocial relationship with celebrities right now, right?
Yeah.
Like I always see her as a celebrity, acknowledging she's also a human being.
Yeah.
You know, and there's even always a chance that she sees a video like this too. There's no doubt that like the most recent of her like things, her scandals or whatever you want to call it, definitely hurt my feelings a little bit. And it's because a baby was involved. Just that one's a hard one. And also, by the way, I think she's also just so gorgeous.
She is. She's
like
beautiful.
I mean, I want more for her. That's really what it comes down to. I want more for her, even considering all the weird stuff. Like if you go into these deep, dark, like rabbit holes on TikTok about her life and her career and stuff.
The men choices.
But also the shit that she probably dealt with, like with Nickelodeon and all these like weird things, like being a child star. Like I cannot even begin to imagine. I wouldn't even allow my kids to be stars if they could, you know, like at a young age, because I just think it's such a gross atmosphere for children.
And it was worse back then.
Totally worse.
You know,
so I want more for her.
Yeah.
That's really what it comes down to, is I want more for her.
I do too.
And Botox, I stopped in 2018 because I just felt so too much. I just felt like hiding, you know? Didn't expect to get emotional.
I think before 30, Botox is too much. Like, unless you have some kind of like genetic like situation where your wrinkles really are very defined before 30.
And some people do have
it. Does happen.
They have like really strong expression lines.
Yeah.
And you don't want it to get to the point where by the time they're 35, it's like too deep and you can't smooth them out.
But I didn't get my first Botox injections until 30. I didn't even need it so much that I had to go get it done regularly. It was like I tried it, waited another year or two or something. Yeah. That kind of thing. And so I do think she will probably revisit this at some point.
Yeah. But it's nice to take a break. I mean,
absolutely.
She's young. Take a break while you can.
Take a break. And don't
ever get back to it. Who cares?
Who cares?
It's her face.
Exactly. But I also think that like before 30, before she has 0 lines, if she hasn't had Botox done in a while, like she didn't need it then.
That's 5 years ago she's talking.
And that makes me feel so sad. At 25, she thought she needed Botox. That's where it becomes really sad. You don't need Botox at 25. And I'm glad she stopped.
Yeah.
Because it can consume you. And I see why she's getting emotional because she's been under a magnifying glass for so long.
Yeah, and imagine like all the pressure to keep up with certain things and be a certain way. It's very hard out there.
You know, I always think this. Like, at what point do you just stop? Like, does she need to be more successful? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think about this all the time. Like, why are the Kardashians still going? Do they need to be be more successful? I don't know.
I think a lot of it's ego too.
Is it? I don't
want to give up
She's
your success and like keep going. Yeah.
She's a little emotional. I don't know. I just think she needs a break. Okay. Anyway.
Oh, are you gonna cry?
That made me so sad for her.
I know.
Jeez. Take a break. You deserve it.
Take 300. No, for a long time, beauty was about hiding for me. And now I feel like maybe it's not. Since I stopped getting fillers and Botox, and maybe I'll start again one day, I don't know. To each their own, whatever makes you feel beautiful, I do support. But I know for me, I was just like, oh, I wanna see my well-earned cry lines and smile lines. I hope my smile lines get deeper and deeper, and I laugh more and more. And I just think aging is like it can be such a beautiful thing. Now, might I get a facelift in 10 years? Might.
In 10 years, no.
At least she's honest. At least she's honest. She's like,
true.
You never know.
Yeah, I think I said that when I was 30.
I think you did.
Here I am at 42 and I do not want a facelift. I, in fact, told a friend the other day, she's probably, I want to say she's like 42, 43. Yeah, everybody does this to me, right? Like, it's the way I send you makeup products. I'm like, do I need to buy this?
Yeah.
They're like, they send me pictures or like videos of like a cosmetic procedure or like surgery that people get done. And they're like, do I need to do this? And I was telling this friend who sent me like this like really intense laser treatment. And I was like, honestly, I think you need to just like a little Botox, a little this, but we're in that like weird zone where we just got to be old. Because like a facelift might be too much. There are definitely people who are doing it in their 40s, but in my opinion, for me personally, it would be too much right now. And so
you think?
Yeah. Obviously, I mean, but there are people that are.
Not even a question.
But there's no doubt in your 40s you feel the aging, right? Yeah. So then you're like, well, what do I do? And you can't go and do these like extreme things. So you're really in this like purgatory of aging because there's not that much you can do besides maintain and try to just like really be happy with the fact that you've had the privilege to age.
Yeah.
Right? It's such a funny thought. And so like hearing her be like, maybe in 10 years I'll get a facelift when she's 40. I don't know how she's gonna feel when she's my age.
Who knows?
But I know I probably said some stupid thing like that. I'll take care of this when I'm 40. And now here I am in my early 40s and I'm like, I can't imagine getting a facelift right now. That would be so intense.
But these are just thoughts that I feel like we should be able to discuss. If we're sitting here talking about beauty secrets, fuck it, let's lay it all out there.
Yeah. I love that.
Okay, wait, I have to say, when she's confident about what she's applying, you know she's done this so many times.
Yep.
Like that lip liner just now.
She just like, yeah.
Juicy tubes.
Love.
Something I do, and that's insane, but I use my lip stain and then I put gloss and then I wipe it off so it looks like I actually have pigment in my lips, which I don't. I'm gonna use pink razor instead. It's a little more fair. Mod Vanilla, my favorite. Love it so much. I actually do love it so much. Fragrance is so important to me.
Is that her perfume?
Yeah, and I wish you wouldn't have said, I actually love it so much. I hope so. It's your perfume.
I think it actually is just an expression.
Yeah.
At this point. It's like a filler word.
It's one of my favorite things to work on. I saw Hailey Bieber use my product in her video, and I brought hers to mine because I love this lip mask. It's so good. This is the watermelon, but I think the birthday cake is my favorite. I'm gonna make this line a little heavier because I know that's what the children want. When I did Drag Race, Rue came out to come sit at the judging panel. She was like, Miss Grande, I love your never-ending stream of PR packages that are constantly arriving. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Do you want it to end? It can end if you want it to. And he was like, no, I really mean it. I love it. And you created the perfect chocolate brown eye pencil. And I was like, oh, I can and will die now. That was the best moment of my makeup career so far. I'm gonna set with Fenty setting spray. They don't sell this anymore.
Oh yeah, wait, what? Fenty setting spray.
Before we get into that Fenty setting spray that you
Yes.
just realized you don't have in your kit and you've never had. You're
It doesn't exist.
Yeah, you're like, Fenty setting
Where is
spray,
it?
what?
Yeah.
She put a lot of lip glosses on.
Yeah, lots of layers.
Yeah, which
It looks pretty.
it looks really pretty. It was kind of confusing though because she went lip gloss over that lip pencil to create a stain look that she wiped off, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then she put her
More lip
lip
gloss.
lip gloss on it. But then put a lip balm over it. Just like
You know what I
that's
think it comes down to?
Huh.
It's just super simple. It's not easy doing these things.
No.
It's not easy to just act normal and do your makeup. Like, it's like no big deal. It actually is a big deal. And it takes a lot of like courage, You can just get really in your head, oddly, like as some people do, like you're very natural. But like, I can relate to this. Like, she probably is just like so like just turned around because the cameras are there. There's a lot of pressure, and like, you know, she's got a makeup line now, so there's even more pressure to like perform, like do this elaborate makeup look. So I could see myself totally doing like 15 layers of gloss just because I'm out of my element. You know what I mean? Like if I was her, it probably was just one of those things where she's just like, oh my gosh, like the pressure of Vogue is here. I'm just gonna keep putting lip gloss on.
Yeah. How about that brown eye pencil?
It looked beautiful. And also, this is how you know she actually has some skill and she's done her makeup a million times. Like, whereas you watch other people and you're like, you've never done your makeup?
Yeah, somebody's like off
your
camera.
life. Yeah, like
some
somebody's
tips.
right there helping you. Like, I've done that so many times. Not with you.
You've done it with me too.
Not with you, no. But so I love that she did this one little trick where she has like those long pointed nails and she went, shoop. Like that is like the trick of all tricks. It's such a like a little like secret trick. That gel liner looked really amazing.
I actually
might
want to try it. I'm a sucker for a brown eyeliner though.
Do you know how many I have in my makeup kit and in my personal collection?
Yeah.
I will never stop buying brown pencil liners if they're good.
That is it. I think we did a pretty and pink cat eye moment today. We had a little therapy session in the middle. Talked about beauty inside and out. And I'm just sending everyone so much love. Thank you for watching. Have a beautiful day.
Makeup is therapy.
You know what? Talking to the camera by yourself, I know there's probably people around her, but like when you start talking to the camera, it is weird how you like can just have a conversation with the camera. Isn't that such a weird concept?
Yeah, like bizarre.
At first you turn it on and you're like, what am I going to say?
Yeah.
And then you like start to go and you're like, I can't stop.
Yeah, it is really strange. I mean, the whole thing is strange. I like that a lot. I like that she said like it's therapy because beauty really is, I talk about this all the time, like beauty really is therapy and it's so personal and it's just, it could just be so therapeutic.
It was good.
And the look came together. I wish I could see it up close, obviously, because like what you see on camera versus what you see in person are completely different things.
It's true.
So, they translate different too. So the curiosity in me, like I would love to see what that makeup looked like in person. I would really like to see what that under eye powder looked like.
Yeah, it looked good. Her skin still wasn't protected by sunscreen. She just needed some sunscreen. That's it.
Yeah. That was a really interesting video.
Yeah, for
It
sure.
was really interesting to watch.
It was honestly what was most interesting was not her technique. It was her talking.
Yeah. I mean, it sucked me in.
Yeah, for sure.
That was a good one.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I felt like we got some actual personality, like a real personality.
I feel like I need Botox from the amount of smiling and laughing that I've done throughout this video.
Anyway, you guys, if you have anything to add, leave it in the comments below. I'm sure there have already been some comments put in. You can also find us on social media. I'm at Susan Yara.
I'm Makeup by NIKKI LaRose on everything.
And we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.